Everything that an attacker does creates some sort of change on their target. For example, an attacker might spawn a new process, interact with an existing process, make changes to a file, or make network connections. But fundamentally, all of these actions create some sort of change that can be observed. Monitoring these changes allows defenders to spot what attackers are doing. The difficulty is taking all of these changes and deciding which ones are actually relevant. It works a lot like a school. Schools take information, or changes in the world, and present the ones that are relevant in a way that's easy to understand. Fundamentally, a school has teachers that know the information, and they share that information with students who want to learn it. Schools are often organized into multiple classes, each class teaching a particular topic. Students can attend one or multiple classes to gain the knowledge that the teacher has. Classes are usually presented live, and if a student were to miss a class, they wouldn't have the information that was presented in the class. This is similar to event tracing for Windows. In event tracing for Windows, providers, or teachers, have the knowledge of changes that are made on the system, and students, or consumers, can talk to providers and obtain that information. However, that information is provided in real time, and if the student or consumer does not attend a lecture, they won't have that information. Let's say students who attend a lecture want to keep that information for later. Maybe they want to look back on it in case they ever forget it. The students who attend these lectures can take notes. Notes are similar to logs. Logs are files added to the disk with that information, and they can be reviewed at a later time. Some teachers may want to make their lectures accessible outside of class, so students who didn't have the opportunity to attend class can watch them at a later point. Those teachers may choose to record their lectures. In addition, some teachers may only create recorded lectures without actually teaching a live class. In this scenario, students, rather than attending the live class, would watch the recorded lectures. All of these lectures and notes belong to the university, and they're typically stored in one centralized location. Students can additionally choose to add their notes to the university's official content, and whether a student does this or doesn't do this is up to the student. You can think of the university's official content, including the recorded lectures and the notes added by students, as Windows event logs. Windows event logs are a centralized place in Windows that holds all that information in a way that can be viewed at a later time. It's actually stored on disk in EVTX files. Some teachers may create content, whether that's videos or notes, that don't officially get added to the university's database of content. This is similar to application logs that choose not to actually use the Windows event logging system, but rather simply store their information to a file. Let's say there's a senior student, and that student has been at the university for a while. They probably both attend multiple live classes and view the university's official recorded content. They're not the original source of the information. They obtained the information from the teachers. However, they are knowledgeable enough that they can then pass that information to other students as a tutor. Students can choose to attend lectures given by this tutor just like they can attend classes. They can also take notes on these lectures so that they have them for later. Additionally, the tutor can record their tutoring sessions or make notes that then the students can view at a later time. The tutor also, let's say, shares those notes with the university so that they become part of the university's official course content. This is similar to Sysmon in Windows. Sysmon is an optional extension in Windows that will take information from a wide variety of sources, including Windows event logs, or those pre-recorded lectures, and ETW, or those live classes. They then share that information with other security tools. You can obtain that data live using ETW, kind of like attending a course, or you can view that information in the event logs, kind of like the tutor creating official course content that then others can make use of. The next key player is the head of the department. The head of the department oversees everything that goes on in the department. The head of the department can choose to attend live lectures. They can choose to view the university's official content, including the content created by the tutor, or they could view unofficial content that was explicitly shared with them, whether that's a teacher deciding to share their notes or a student deciding to share their notes. Different heads of departments may choose to do different things. So maybe one head of the department only attends live classes and sees what teachers are teaching. Other heads of the departments may do a combination of all of these things. The head of the department typically has their own set of notes about what's going on at the university or things that they learn. In addition, the head of the department is special in that they can make changes to the university. A head of the department is similar to an EDR, or an endpoint detection and response solution. EDR takes data from a wide variety of sources and puts it all in one platform for defenders to view. In addition, EDR can take automated responses to certain things that it sees. So if, for example, a suspicious process was created, the EDR can step in and block that process. Different EDR function differently. Some EDR only rely on ETW or those live courses. Other EDR only rely on application logs, or those notes created by teachers. However, the most comprehensive and industry-leading EDR rely on a little bit of everything, just like a really good head of the department would do a combination of all of these things. Now let's talk about the dean. The dean is a little bit different in that they don't care as much about the knowledge. They don't necessarily attend the classes, and they don't watch any of the university's content. Instead, their primary focus is to monitor the students, faculty, and staff and make sure that they're not misbehaving. They also can take actions against students, faculty, and staff that are misbehaving, whether that be putting a student in detention or expelling them from the school. This is similar to AMSI, or the Anti-Malware Scan Interface. The Anti-Malware Scan Interface monitors what's actively happening in memory and can choose to block certain actions. For example, if an attacker tries to load a hacking tool into memory in PowerShell, AMSI can step in and say that that's not allowed. The last key player here is the administration, whether that be the president or the board of directors. The administration makes sure all of the other pieces are working together. They can take information from the head of the department about what's going on. They could view university course lectures. They could view unofficial content provided to them by students or by other professors. They may also be in communication with the dean about any potential misbehavior. However, the administration typically doesn't sit in on live classes. It simply doesn't have the capacity to. The administration not only manages the current university, but it may be doing the same thing with other universities. So the administration has the widest range of visibility into what's going on at this university and other universities that they manage. However, they don't have as deep of a view as, say, the head of the department or the teachers who are directly providing the course content. The administration can also choose to make changes to any of the schools. For example, if they see a larger problem that's affecting multiple schools, they might step in and address that problem. This is similar to a SIEM, or a Security Information and Event Management System. A SIEM doesn't typically subscribe to information that's presented live, like in ETW, but they can take logs or information that's already been written or recorded from a variety of sources and decide what to do with that information. A SIEM typically takes those logs not just from the machines themselves, but also from other devices, like the firewall or the network traffic monitoring system. So the SIEM has a more holistic visibility into what's going on in the environment, but they might not be able to see things quite as granular as the head of the department or as the teachers and students themselves. The transfer of information from teachers to students, or teachers to the tutor, or the tutor to students, or the teachers and the students and the tutor to the head of the department is called telemetry. Telemetry refers to the automated collection, transmission, and analysis of security related data from various sources. And that is the Windows Defense ecosystem and telemetry in a nutshell. Thank you for watching.